My goodness. Been running around because I'm cooking a brisket and I had it brining for a few days and stuff. And now I have it on my smoker and figured in between doing some other things, I'd run my mouth with y'all and see how everybody is doing. So I'll be talking about a few things and stuff. Be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine because I seen it yesterday. And I'm probably going to see it again Monday for reasons. Because my ladies, Jasmine had time yesterday, and then Sharin has time to go Monday. So we'll go see it twice. And it first off it was good, but I'm gonna get into some other stuff real quick that I'm seeing. I seen two articles that really had me thinking. And I was like, man, maybe I should watch these things. Maybe I should see what's going on and all that good stuff. So I seen this one and it said best action anime ranked. So I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at it, but I want to save it and go through it on here. Uh um I need to get a mouse because I swear like using this thing it just does not work the way I want to. Best action anime ranked. The anime industry spans a variety of genres, but arguably the action genre is the most popular and prominent of them all. By now, action anime has developed a strong appeal among all demographics, not just young boys, making anime like Bleach and My Hero Academia highly mainstream and popular. Okay. The best action anime don't feature well animated fight scene. What? The best action anime don't just feature well animated fight scenes and cool combat systems, though. Good action anime series. Also, inspiring human instinct. Blah 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 blah. Okay, updated. Few genres. Okay, so I was going over it real quick to see if it had anything to do with like specific years or anything, and that does not seem to be the case. S- Spy Family is a spy thriller with comedy and found family antics. Like I know the gist of Spy Family, but I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it and I haven't read it. And I'm not necessarily going through to read what they say about it because I'm pretty sure most of these I've seen or heard, like I've seen parts of or heard of. I just haven't sat down and watched them. But I might. So if you go to the website, you go to kachicomics.com, small plug. I'm watching Tokyo Revengers, and I have that on my website. Let's watch with that, and I may finish it if y'all go up there and watch it. I might just go back to doing some of my other ones, but we'll see. I might have to check out some of these and put them up there. Excuse me. They got 37 episodes. Let me tell you something. Clover being on this list is a little wild to me because I could not get into Black Clover. Um, Sharon, she watched it. She watched a lot of it. Like I started it. We had this thing where Sharon will watch certain things. I'll start certain things and then she'll finish it, or she'll start watching without me. And then once I see that, I'm usually like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm not watching no more because it's like you way ahead of me, and then I'm not. I'm just not. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. The Black Clover, I didn't like Asta. Like I didn't like him. Man, he was just loud and bothersome. And that was kind of my thing with Naruto. But I got through first part, like when he was little bitty Naruto. Then I got to Shippuden, and I got to about the part where uh Orochimaru came back, something like that. I got to about that part, something like that, and I was like, okay, Naruto, he getting on my daggone nerves. So, but I'm not surprised. Like action wise, I'm not surprised that Black Clover is up here because there was a bunch of fight scenes and stuff like that, and I was just like, I don't think I like this guy much. Okay, let's see. Magi, the labyrinth of magic terms, a classical wait, battle. Shin. Shin. I know they forgot the O. I ain't no better, so I ain't gonna brag on them. If y'all see me type, oh, I type how things work in my head be all over the place. Um, and the word becomes a bit set of dangerous locations known as dungeons. Those who explore dungeons gain a trigger incredible magic power enough to transform themselves into rulers. When two young men, Alibaba and Aladdin. Ah, yeah, wasn't this on Netflix? Let me see. Oh, okay. Uh, It didn't show, but I could have swore that was on Netflix. Like I seen it, and I was just like, oh no, oh no. It just, I may have to watch it though. I may have to watch it. I have no idea about this one. I have no idea. Hmm, Anime Planet. Crunchy. Good old Crunchyroll again. I just have not. I had Crunchyroll, and when I had it, I just didn't. Nothing, nothing made sense for me because I was just like, Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's perfect tie into a original game. Right. Now this one right here, this Edge Runners was really good to me because it reminded me of that old like 80s, early 90s style of storytelling and stuff. And even some of the voice acting in the way they did it. Now it was gritty, it was hard. It was just like it was like, oh man. It's like you seen like halfway through, like before, maybe even before, a little bit before halfway through, like you knew. I was like, yeah, David, Studio Trigger did that thing. I was like, David, you not gonna make it. That was his name, right? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Mhm. Yeah, it was like David, Playboy, you not gonna make it. You just because of the way you going and how you doing things. I was like, this boy ain't gonna make it. But then it was like when everybody else just started dropping off, it was like, yeah, oh, this is gonna be rough. This is going to be rough. I did not like her much. I didn't like her much. I like the little crazy girl, and then so yeah, yeah, Lucy. I was like, aren't they putting Lucy in Guilty Gear? Oh wait, hold on just a second. Let me see. Let me see. Hello. Hopefully, I had to talk to my man. He had at DreamCon for me. Yeah, I couldn't. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to make it to DreamCon this year, so I had my man Merc is there for me. Uh, so it's all good. I was making sure that he was calling me. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember what. tickets I had. And so I'm like, I was like, I thought I had four. I thought I had four, but then it was two. We'll see. Solo leveling. Okay, see, like solo leveling is another one that I've heard of, but I haven't watched yet. I haven't watched it. So I don't have an opinion on it. I want to, just haven't been around to do it, especially if it's on a Crunchyroll again. I just, like I said, I had Crunchyroll and then it just didn't have anything I was trying to watch like that. Yeah, Crunchyroll again. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Stone Ocean introduces Jolene Cujo, Jotaro's stand using daughter. Now, y'all know me, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is my thing. Love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Love it. Anime, manga, all of that. I love it. It's my shit. I have a problem with this season though. And Jolene is one of my favorites. I like Jolene. She doesn't bother me. Uh I like Jolene. My favorites in here were Jolene, uh Foo Fighters. I loved Foo Fighters. Oh my God. I loved well they call her FF on what you call it. Loved Foo Fighter. That was my favorite one. And I knew going through it when I was reading it, I was like, Foo Fighter gonna die. And what they say, Hermes, or whatever, Hermes. It was wild because reading it when I was with Hermes, when I was reading, I was like, whatever, okay, all right, sister, okay, all right. But then when I watched it, I was like, oh, okay, I like Hermes a little bit more. Um, uh, what was it? Weather report. And even though I'm probably saying that I forget the again, I'm not names just, um Weather Report. I liked him in the manga, and then on the anime it was like, okay, he all right. But I had beef with this one just because of the way it is, the way it ended. And it wasn't like the ending was just terrible. I was just like, man, I love the Cujos. Why? Why? And then so my daughter is still kind of bothered with me because I didn't finish. Because I read it and then I didn't finish the anime. When it got to that part, I was just like, I'm done. I'm done. And so I never went back to it. Action wise, this one was cool, but I felt like if you have this one, if you have this season of JoJo on a list, and you got stuff from later and earlier, I'm like, yo, okay, it doesn't have like numbers or anything. I don't see, right? I could be tripping, but I don't see anything. Um, if you're gonna have this season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I feel like the fights in Stardust Crusaders and Golden Wind were better. I I love Golden Wind. My favorite Joe Star will always be Joseph from Battle Tendencies. I loved Joseph in Battle Tendencies. My top two are Joseph and Jorno. Then after that, it's between Jonathan and Josuke, and then Jotaro and stuff like that and everything. So that's what that's where I go with it. But I'm like, if this is the one that you're saying is like the best, I'm like, man, you could have put Golden Wind up there because the fights were a little bit better in Golden Wind. This one to me, like this one didn't have a lot of like straight up fights to me in comparison to like Stardust Crusaders and Golden Wind. This one was a lot more situational. And so I liked it. I didn't have a problem with it. I read through it. I wasn't like, oh man, this stuff sucks. Yeah, I liked it, but there's better ones, better ones. You know, Jolene is my girl. Let's see. Gurren Lagann. I need to actually watch like all of Gurren Lagann because because I've watched parts, but I've never sit down and watched. I've never sit down and like watched all of it. Or Gurren Lagann, however you want to pronounce it. Funimation, Hulu, Crunchyroll. Well, I can watch it on Hulu, even though I probably have to get Crunchyroll to watch it. Just like I still haven't watched Kaiju 8, and that's one of my current favorites. Violent Saga. Vinland. I always say Violent Saga when I know it's Vinland. Vinland Saga. I saw it and I was like, okay, cool, but I didn't stay on it. It just didn't get me. Some of the manga was like, okay, this is cool, but it didn't hold on to me. But I could see why that would be on this list. I could see why this would be on this list. Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade. I heard good things about Fate. I heard good things about that. Let's see. Kingdom. I've heard nothing but good things about Kingdom. Nothing but good things about this one. I need to watch that. Okay, let's hurry up and just get through this. Hajime no Ippo. What? Yes, this deserves to be on the list. Hajime no Ippo deserves to be on this list. Mm, Demon Slayer is cool. Demon Slayer. One thing I love about the women in anime is a lot of them they finish their stories. Like the women mangakas, they finish their stories. Now you may not like it, you may not like how things go, but a lot of them they be on it. It's like, yo, I got this. Whatever, I'm gonna finish it. This is where we at. So I like Demon Slayer, but it kind of lost me after a while. It kind of lost me because it's like once you start putting out stuff, and then I can't keep up with like when it's coming out or what you got going on, and then you put out the movie. I watched the movie, then the next season got the first parts of the movie to it, or it's just the same thing. I'm like, I ain't mad at you, but mm, Mob Psycho, eh, action, I guess. Mob Psycho is cool. Mob Psycho is one of those background animes that I put on. It just be on in the background. I did. I don't have no beef with it. Cowboy Bebop. Okay, that's understandable. Probably need to watch Cowboy Bebop over because the last time I watched, I was like in high school, middle school and high school and stuff. But it was amazing. That's all I know. Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, I'm not surprised that's up here. Code Geass. Okay. I haven't watched all of that either. Hunter x Hunter. Not surprised that's up there. Back on Titan. I'm not surprised that's up there. Bleach. I'm not surprised that's up there. Okay, most of these are not. Okay. Most of these are not surprising. Yeah, most of those aren't surprising. What was the other one? There's another one I was looking at. Let me see. What's this one? Top 10 animes to watch this summer. I'm gonna go through this one real quick. So let's see. Okay. Mm. Oh, they got a deer. I've heard good things about Tarot God. I laughed when I see that was coming back. Basically, Ultimate Muscle, but Japanese name and all that stuff. Rick and Morty, the anime. It's, I'm gonna watch it, but that kind of threw me off. I'm gonna watch that too. Terminator Zero. I'm gonna watch that. So I don't know if they the top ones, but hey, let me see. Let me see. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I might as well talk about this real quick. So let's talk Deadpool and Wolverine. So I seen it last night. I don't plan on spoiling this for anybody. Like I don't plan on spoiling it. So I'm gonna try my best not to. So I just may go ranting off about some other stuff, but I'm not gonna talk about the ins and outs of the movie. But the gist is like I said, Deadpool have a whole existential crisis, and the dude is ex, I said motherfucker's having a hard time. He having a whole crisis and stuff, and he's basically like, I gotta matter. That's the gist of it. You seen that? You seen the stuff going on with Wolverine, where Wolverine has his issues and stuff, and so I felt like, first off, the movie was cool. It was cool. It was cool. It was cool. Now this whole, like, I seen comparisons where people are like how they have the meme where they say the MCU is dead. Oh, it's back. The MCU is dead. Oh, it's back. I'm not gonna say it's not. I'm not gonna say it ain't dead. I feel like it's still on life support. Even with Deadpool being cool, I feel like it's still on life support because there's things in the movie that are amazing, amazing. And I felt like my man Ruben had put on the post. He said it felt like Spider-Man, to where it's like they just relied on a bunch of stuff, and because of the setting and where it was at, and how and what they made this place to be before, and like in in past Marvel stuff, it makes sense. It makes sense that uh these things were going on and these people and certain things would pop up in this particular space. I understand. But it just seemed like a bunch of, hey man, this is all that's going on. Look at this. Look at that. Yes, look at that. Look. Oh my God, this is here. Oh my God, that person's here. Oh my God, this person is here too. Oh no, look, that person's there too. And then there's even and then they mention like Deadpool mentions a few things like, hey, this and that, and blah 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 these people. And it's like, um, they've kind of been forgotten, that sort of thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, I like that. I like it. It's cool. It's cool. And 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 like the comedy stuff was funny. I felt like they did a good job with like explaining, like they did a really good, really, really wanted Kitty Pryde to be Collins. That wouldn't even bother me. Mr. Anti-Idiotic. That wouldn't even bother me. That actually that's interesting. That's interesting. I think that would be I think that would be interesting to see. Yeah, I think that would be interesting to see. So I think and heck shoot, I mean it's the MCU. They might as well mix it up and throw it in there, right? I mean, with the way stuff going now, I've still like even after Deadpool and Wolverine, the movie was good. Deadpool was cool. I don't and they made a I'm not gonna talk about it, but they made the joke about something, and I laughed at it. But I don't like Hugh Jackman as physically as Wolverine. But they made a joke about something, I laughed at that. I was like, okay, okay. But I physically I don't like him as Wolverine. Acting wise, I mean he cool. I've always said this. It was like acting wise, and that's what should matter, right? Physically is whatever. It's like it's real life. So one minute y'all wanted to be real, then you wanted to be then you wanted to be comic accurate. Then it's like so I pick and choose too. I pick and choose too. Um, what's up? What's up? No, you good? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That was actually a good idea though. I was like, oh man, I wouldn't mind. It'd be a little wild, but it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see. Kitty Pryde is spying his girlfriend in the MCU. That'd be wild. Um, the things they could do. But I mean, I I just didn't. I've never liked Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Just body wise. Like, yo, he ain't that big. But like I said, they make a joke about something. It's funny, even with my complaints. There's a couple of things that they go through with there, so I'm really not gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna talk about that. 'Cause a lot of things this one was really this one was like it's that usual, that nostalgic base cameo. Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, I'm hyped type thing. And it'll get you hyped. It'll get you hyped because you can say, "Oh, this one was from that. Oh, that's from that comic book. Oh, this is from that. Oh, that's old. I remember that." And so, ain't nothing wrong with that when you watch a movie, just having fun with it. I understand that when you're just like, "Oh man, this is cool." Uh, but story wise, uh, no, no, I didn't keep up with that. I'm be honest. I did not keep up with that. I did not know that Peter and Kitty dated in Ultimate's universe. And basically, uh, so it would make sense. It would be cool. It's just hopefully they go ahead and do that. And I think with this movie, they left everything so wide open that that could happen. And that's part of my issue with this movie is that the actors were fine. Right. Before I get to that, I've seen people say that like Deadpool became Ryan Reynolds, and then Ryan Reynolds has done like movies, and he's acted like Deadpool ever since and stuff like that. And I have to disagree. I have to fully disagree because Ryan Reynolds, the what he's doing in this movie, I've always said it that he's basically in the Van Wilder movies and all of that. He's basically doing what he does. Kind of like it's like certain roles were meant for certain people. Like Patrick Stewart is Professor X. Like Picard is Professor X. Like that's just what it is. Robert Downey Jr. turned out to be like that Tony Stark. Um, and even Hugh Jackman, and I feel like he did even better in this one. as the Wolverine he played in this one. Again, even with me not liking the height, I don't like it. I don't care what nobody say. You're not going to reason away with me. I don't like it. But acting wise, I feel like he's gotten better and better and better and better at playing Wolverine. And then there's another person. You'll see it. There's another, like I'm trying not to talk about it. There's another person that pops up as Wolverine. It's just like, what? Okay, all right then. I can see it that if we going if this is the type of Wolverines we going with, like like big tall dudes, and this is what we doing. All right then. But Ryan Reynolds in all of his movies, in his early 2000 movies and stuff and everything, he was acting like that before Deadpool before there was even thought of a movie with Deadpool. He was always like that. It wasn't like he played Deadpool and then he acted the same way. No, Ryan Reynolds has always acted that way. In his movies. And that was always his style of comedic timing and stuff in the movies that he's done. So it wasn't Deadpool for me watching Deadpool from the first one, and I still think the first one is the best one. Um, Even better than this one. I still think the first one is the best one. Um, uh, Even from the first one, it was when I seen that Ryan Reynolds was gonna play Deadpool. It was like, yo, that's it. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Like you knew the comedy he was gonna come with. You knew it. He was gonna be talking a lot of mess. He was gonna be extremely sarcastic. He was gonna say a lot of freaky stuff. Like you knew it from Van Wilder, other movies he's played in. That's just what he does. It's what he does. It's what he does. He does it on his own. Like even when it's not, there's no Deadpool. He can make a cameo or something, and he talking wild and crazy. That's just who he is. So his character just fit perfectly with what he does and how he acts. I also like there were a lot of writers on this one, and I noticed that Reynolds had more of a hand in it, and I think his production company may have had something to do with it too. So I can see how some of the core stuff of what it was brought over to the MCU, and I was glad that he did still have some say in some of the things because he was the one trying to make things happen for this movie. Just like okay, just like some other people, just like no, just like Wesley Snipes did with Blade, just like he fought to bring that movie to life because he was going to try to do Black Panther too, and they didn't want that back in the day, so he did Blade, and it was like okay, and his production company were the ones that made stuff happen and everything, and Ryan Reynolds kind of did the same thing, and again, folks can say and complain and bark and make all kind of excuses for the MCU, but over the years since like Blade and stuff, there's been this thing where the people that really have their hands in it and are willing to put their money up, though for me, those are the ones that really, really stand out to me. Like Blade is a standout to me. And there's the other ones that Feige and them had when they first started in the first couple of years between the first ones and Endgame. But it's like after that, when folks just started falling in line, getting paid to do stuff, it's like, okay. And like Blade and then Deadpool. Deadpool is one of those ones that stand out to me because I always remember Ryan Reynolds being like, yo, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do this, we got to do that. And now seeing that he had his hand in this one, I like that. I like that because it shows that if that core, even though Feige and the rest of them had their hands in this, you can still see the influence of Reynolds being like, no, we got to have this. And one of the things that's funny to me, and I'm not going to, yeah, yeah, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Uh, Mister, I would like to see it just because I want to see the mutants. Me personally, I still want to see the mutants come in. Like I see the direction they're going, wh- what they're hinting at. See, and I felt like with Deadpool, they kind of they kind of they kind of doubled up. And what you're saying is true. It's true. A lot of it is based off of the Ultimates universe. And and I feel like they're kind of doubling up and it's no real, and it's like, okay, how are you going to do this? Where are you going to go? Because you didn't have it like this at one time, and maybe you just didn't announce it or whatever, because Marvel, Disney and Marvel bought Fox, all that stuff is over with. They can show it, they in and out, whatever. I want the mutants to show up. Forget all this multiverse stuff. And I will say Deadpool did make a few jokes about the multiverse stuff, and it was just like just get it out. But it's a multiverse movie. So it's like, okay. Uh I think it's like, yo, just get this stuff done and over with. Just get it. You got the mutants in here. You could have not gonna say. You showed us to them in the MCU and this planet, the blah 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 and everything. We know they exist because we see Wolverine. You don't have to really know. You see Wolverine running around now. And he talks about the X-Men. You see you know that Cassandra Nova is the big bad in the movie. You know these things. So we know they're there. That's without me spoiling. You know that. You've already seen it. If you ain't seen that part, get the hell out of here. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But I'm really like what you're saying, Kitty and Peter being boyfriend and girlfriend. It's like, yo, just cut out all this other stuff and just consolidate it and let it just be the mutants. Like, please. Because if this is what we're going off of, it's like most of the movie is, oh my God, 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 oh my God. And it's like, okay. And so, so it's like where are you going with this? Because you got this thing, you mentioned you show this thing, and then you show this thing, and then you show this thing, and it's just like a way I feel. Ooh, interesting. I might have to check that out. um, but it's the thing where it's like, where are y'all going? Where are y'all going with this? Because I don't necessarily have I don't have beef with the movie. There's and the actors and but it's like some of the stuff that you're interjecting and you keep showing and hinting at. It's like, where are you going with all this? Because you're doing stuff. And again, I'm glad with Marvel pulling away and shutting down certain shows. I don't care who's the lead. I don't care. Like, yo, shut down a lot of this stuff because where it's like, where is it going? And even with this one, I see the people, I see the cameos, but it's more of a thing where it's like, it's that to make you feel good, but where is it going? And you can't, and even up until Endgame, after a while, we knew, and it didn't take long. We knew where they were going, and we knew more and more of where it was going. It's still not showing where it's going now. It's like this movie was good. It was cool. It was cool, but it's like you're not showing me where you're going. I don't. Like I know, and we have an idea with the Kang and Fantastic Four and some other stuff, and it's like, yo, this ain't hitting. This ain't hitting the way you want it to, and we all know it. We all know this ain't hitting the way you want it to. And the more so it's like, well, wait, this and that. But the thing that you could do is just be like, yo, like you saying, just bring the X-Men and folks in. You got a whole bunch of stories where you could just kind of ease that in. And it's like you keep trying to talk about the Avengers. The Avengers, and it's like, oh God. Yo, just dead that. Just just dead that. Just hit that corner and go off with the mutants because that was one of my things because I wasn't really hype about Deadpool and Wolverine, and I seen a few things um that was like nah, okay, and I watched it because I wanted to. As always, I love the characters, but I'm going to talk my shit. Like it's what I do. I'm going to talk crazy about these. That's just what I'm going to do. See, I see that Blur Without Fear guy say nobody hates the MCU more than the MCU fan or whatever. But it's like, no, you got the right to complain about what you see. They play this game where you shouldn't say and you listen, if you donating your money, time, mainly your time. If you donate your money, time, and energy to this stuff, you got every right to complain. You got every right. Appreciate that. You got every right to complain about anything that's going on. And you can, and guess what? People will tell you, well, if you don't like it, don't keep what you can keep watching. Keep going. Because if you putting your money and time to it, that means you still like it. You just don't like what's going on. Keep doing whatever you're gonna do. Probably from Fort Worth, Texas. I hope it ain't I don't think it's let me see something. Hello? Okay. Okay. I had to check. I had to check because my man is at DreamCon for me because I couldn't make it this year. So I had to check. I was like, Fort Worth, Texas, anything going on? I know some people in Texas, even though they in Austin. But anyway, so I feel like with this movie, it's just like you guys are doing things. And no. What I was saying was you got every right to like this stuff. Most of us done grew up with these characters. Like people don't want you to say you don't like it because it bothers them because they like something. So then because they like it, they feel like if you say anything contrary to what they like, then so you shouldn't talk about it. You just shouldn't talk about it. I wish you'd stop going to watch it. Well, I grew up with these characters. I like these characters. I like it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it go nowhere. That's why I still watch it. I want to see it go nowhere because these are movies that I've wanted to see. But yes, I'm going to complain and talk about the things that I don't like in it. You have every right to, especially you putting your money and time into it. So I always see that. I always see that. And then they try to call you hater, all this other stuff. Like, no, just because I'm not gonna sit here and mindlessly talk about the stuff and be like, oh, this cool. I just go turn my brain off. And no. Another thing is, I always say this. I'm going off on a little bit of a rant, but it's what I do. I always say this that when you're talking in circles with people about these things, you gotta understand where they're coming from in in the circles I'm in, if this person is another creator, I'm automatically not believing what they say because a lot of them won't say what they mean out in the open, and they'll say it behind the scenes because they want jobs. You would think it's crazy, but they want jobs at Marvel, DC, all these other places. So they're playing a game where it's like I'm not going to say, or I'm gonna be safe with what I'm talking about because they don't want to offend the wrong person. Because these people are in these circles. They watch my stuff. They know who I am. The people that work for Marvel, DC, they're on my friends list. They know what I'm doing. So people don't say and do, but it is what it is. But I feel like this movie um it had it was good. And I like the banter between um Wolverine and Deadpool. Like I really liked that. I really liked that part. I liked the goofy Deadpool. I liked the goofiness that Deadpool brought. I'm fighting hard not say everything. Like I was like, yeah, I like the okay. All right, man. Don't do that. So I'm fighting hard not to say it. But I think I like that. What else did they show? What else did they show? I like the Cassandra Nova character. I like that. I liked the Wolverine. I wished mm, mm, I will say that I wish Wolverine would have talked more about why he was bothered and why he felt so bad about everything. I wish they would have talked more about that. Um, I feel like I wish he would have talked more about that. But that's not a hit. The only thing that I really have a hit on this movie about is this: the main story. The stuff. It was a lot going on. It was just a lot going on to where mm, mm, had to check that out. Um, it was a lot going on. Uh, I'm guessing that you a Spider-Man and Kitty Pryde fan, huh? Just straight up. I felt like there was a lot, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Also, ain't nothing wrong with that. Kitty Pryde, I like her. I've always actually liked Kitty Pryde's powers. Even when I was in elementary school, I used to have cards of her, and I was like, man, I wonder if she do. She punch a person in the solid, and I was like, oh man, I wonder when she go through the ground. Well, no, she like Kitty Pryde was always one of the cooler ones to me. And when I say elementary school, I was in elementary school in like the 80s and early 90s. Like I am old. Like I've seen some things. So that's why again, when I'm talking about this stuff, you're not gonna get me to not talk shit about this stuff. You're not gonna tell me to stop watching or I wish you'd stop watching. Shit. I've been waiting to watch these movies for years. I'm gonna watch them and talk shit. Like I did there ain't no amount of well, you just don't understand them. Maybe you like maybe you shouldn't watch it. I don't know why you keep going to see the movies. You don't like none of them because I like the characters. That's why. And I'm gonna keep going and I'm gonna keep talking shit. um so I feel like it was a lot going on. Again, I'm trying, I'm trying not to spoil it, even though I don't care about spoilers. I've never cared about spoilers, and I've always just kind of bleh. And when people be like, "You care about spoilers?" No, just tell me, because I'm going to watch it anyway. I'm going to watch it. And another thing is they can't tell me everything that happens that I would care about. So that's how I come from it. But this one is one of them where I'm like, okay, when I seen the things, I was like, okay. Even when I was like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this, but my first time talking about it before we really get into it a little bit later. Not on this one. This is like some other time, a week or two or something later or whatever. I was like, okay, I can't go and say this about people. I can't go on my live or something and talk about this and tell this because it was cool. It was a few things. It was a few things that were really cool and they were worth surprising a person with. And even though all that was good, still feel like it was kind of like ah ah but it made me think why they were doing certain things. Maybe they're doing certain things later on a certain way, and they wanted to gauge it, and then they did it in this film, and it showed what they were kind of thinking. Like there were some things that were said, but then they go along with what's happening in real life, and I was like, interesting. You might as well just do that. You might as well. You might as well. If it's like that, just do it. And so I see. So what I was going to say is like with all of the things that happen in this movie, I see the cool things that can happen, right? Like I see the cool things that can happen, but I don't see where you're going with this thing. Even if all of these cool things happen, I don't see where you're going. And it's like they kind of spoiled us with the whole in game thing, and it doesn't it with the whole it has with they were going to certain places. They were going to certain spots. We know, hey, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor. Okay, we know where you're going with this. Okay, after this, we know Loki. Then okay, there's these other people. Then we know Thanos is coming, and we know this is happening. We know this is going to that. This is going to this, and we knew overall and we got to go on this journey. Now, and even with Deadpool, and Deadpool is good. It's not a horrible movie. It just sucks. And no, it's none of that. It's cool, but it's like, yo, like where are you going? Like where are y'all going with this? What do you plan on doing? Because I see everything. Everything is cool, and I see the things that you show in the movie. I see the things that you've shown, which is all cool. Like this, it was cool. It was cool to see. But it's like, okay, even if this went out and did something else, where is it going? Where, like, what is this doing? What is this doing? And maybe that's the nature of the whole Secret Wars thing. To where it's like in the comic, I'm going to talk about in the comic with like it was this one person, then it was this, then it was Doom, and then Doom was the one that was causing issues. And with everything, maybe that's where you're trying to go, but you still don't have nothing that's pointing towards anything. So again, I seen the cool stuff. I like cool stuff. I don't have a problem with cool stuff that I saw. But story wise, it was just kind of like I got the stuff with Deadpool and them, but then it was like everything else was kind of beat in there. And so it was like, okay, I would have liked for y'all to expound a little bit more on this or on that. And then uh even okay, I'm not gonna talk about that either. Um so there were a few things that I wish they would have expounded on a little bit more. So I'm like, okay, I think that's let me see. Hold on. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. So again, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. And some of the things in this one I don't really wanna I don't wanna spoil and mess up because these things were cool. These things they were cool. They were cool. I'm just hoping that it that sooner or later they let us know where you're going to go and what's going on. And I know there's some other things with the majors and everything that cause problems, but I'm gonna be honest, it's looking kind of DCEU-ish. Not the quality of the film, just the direction. Like oh yeah, I liked it too. I oh man, I liked it. I liked Deadpool too. Okay, Barton, what's I don't know what the San Diego Comic Con news was. I don't know about that. That's new to me. So you can spoil it for me. I'm giving you all the permission to type it in there and say what the news was. I didn't catch that. Or do I need to look it up? Like is there anything you can point me to so I can see what's going on? But I hopefully because like I said, it's looking kind of oh okay. Let's see. Uh, uh, let's see. Let's see. Since you mentioned that, Hope Marvel Fighting Collection releases this month. Oh yeah. You talking about Marvel vs. Capcom and everything? So again, even with Marvel announced a Psylocke solo series. First in 14 years. Psylocke is yeah, I hope it releases this month too because I want to get that. I was going to buy the arcade cabinets, but I was just like, they don't have enough or they don't have the ones. But that collection has the ones that I'm looking forward to. Let's see. Marvel announces Psylocke full series her first and 14. Psylocke is actually one of my favorites too. I feel like Psylocke is another one of them ones that doesn't get done correctly in movies. Like um I forgot her name. Not that quick. Girl from that used to be on X Play and everything. She wasn't bad. I just was like, ah, give me some more with Psylocke. Plus, I feel like in the games, I need to play with Psylocke again because over the years, she was no. I didn't say. I didn't throw any spoilers on Deadpool. I didn't. I fought my better judgment, and I didn't throw spoilers in Deadpool because so please don't. Like it's like please don't, because I felt like this is one of them movies. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like it's one of those where um people do need to see that on their own. People do need to see it on their own. I feel like that's one of those ones. This is one of those ones where some of the things that were shown in there, no matter how I feel about the direction it's going, no matter how I feel, whether I think it's like, yeah, no, bad, I feel like that's something that people need to see on their own. Cause and I've done good, and if y'all don't, I am for the new people. I am known for. I've said this earlier. I am known for just spoiling things. I'm just like, look, I'm just gonna talk about all this because it's easier that way, and I could just rant that way. But I'm trying to be cool because I felt like this one needed to be talked about. And if I talk, and usually I'll be like, I'm gonna just talk about the story. Excuse me. But if I really start talking about the story and what's happening going through the movie, like part by part, is it's going to be whatever. I mean, yeah, because like San Diego Comic Con, this movie come out, DreamCon is going on. It's just a lot of stuff happening this weekend. Mystique gonna get a limited series. Dazzler, Dazzler. I was always like, okay, Dazzler, yeah, whatever. Still haven't played Marvel Champions. Has anybody played that? Is it worth playing? Yeah. I'm gonna need here's the thing. Here's the thing with the X-Men. It bothered me, like after the Krakoa thing, since we own the X-Men, okay, okay. I don't have a problem with that. Here's the thing with the X-Men though. Like the way the Krakoa situation was handled, I just feel like y'all, man, y'all were just throwing some stuff together. And this whole is getting to me. This is just me. The whole thing with the X-Men where it's like, hey, they're here. This happened. Well, now these people came and started some issues. Well, they gone. It's like, yo, man, like it, mentally, like from a young age, at first I was like, oh man, they mess with them. Now I'm older. I'm like, yo, some of this don't make sense. Like some of this don't make sense. Like you're putting these people with these powers in these positions where they're downtrodden humans. It's like people can say they related to black and brown people, LGBT, and all this other stuff. It's like, yo, man, these people got powers that that defy all logic. Some of the stuff that they're doing and what they're doing to these people, it doesn't make sense to me. To me, to me, it doesn't make sense. There's no reason, and I understand the infighting and all of that stuff, but you keep having these planets and these places where these people they have these over the top powers are getting destroyed, and they end up right back with humans. I'm like, yo, this is stupid. And I felt like the way that they did Krakoa was like really just like a thing where they just kind of threw it together. And again, my other issue, and it's not necessarily with what's up, little woman? It's not necessary with with Jean's final fight. Yeah, like yo, man. I'm like, and that's still fairly new. So but it's like, come on, man. This is what y'all doing. Where I'm supposed to believe that these people just everything that they got that they can do, they just keep getting beat up by humans, and then somehow they end up back over here downtrodden and nobody like us. It's like you can tell stories without it being that way where we got to go back to the hell where we got to go exactly. It's like no, I haven't gotten to those yet. I need to. Especially Air of Apocalypse. I need to get on that one. And it was like my man just texted me. He was talking about how It's like they made it like they were going to reset, and it's like the these resets that Marvel's doing, even in the comics. And like I feel like before I go back to what I was gonna say, I feel like what they did with X-Men is more of a thing like with the Avengers and other Marvel characters, to where it's like, okay, you guys need to stop what you're doing over there. We're gonna be doing something with them in the MCU, and y'all got to get ready to have it line up with. And it's like instead of having the comics line up with whatever else, right? But it is what it is. The comics are gonna line up with the movies. But like even with Deadpool, my man was just telling me how it's like they made you think that they were going to reset everything and Deadpool was going to reset all the stuff and it was going to go and be and like no, it gave you more convoluted mess. And again, this is not saying because y'all weird. Y'all be like, he said it gave us more convoluted mess. So, everything, everybody in the film. No, I liked it. I enjoyed it. The oohs and ahs were coming from me and the chuckles and things. I like the fights. I like the storytelling they were telling in fights. If you've never seen a Deadpool fight or Deadpool movie, you would know who this weird motherfucker is just by the first 15, 20 minutes. In the first fight that you see him in, you would know what type of person he was just by that. And I like the storytelling within the fights without any words, with just the Backstreet Boys. I mean, wait, no, not the Backstreet Boys. NSYNC. Um, with NSYNC playing. It's like you would know who this character is. So I get it, I get it. But it was like you're making it like it was going to be this one thing, and it wasn't. And all you did was pile more mess onto it without actually cleaning up and going into a direction, letting us know where we were going with this. And so then people will say, "Well, they're going to do it in Falcon and the Winter Soldier." And okay, it's going to be. And there were some things, and there were some things that were talked about, and it's like, okay, so this was made out of this. So does that mean that what you're talking about is going to be in Falcon and the I mean Captain America, I said Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I meant Captain America. Um what's going to be in Captain America? That's not what it is, or is it going to be a thing where folks is jumping around? So then it's going to be a thing where, well, this happened this time and then this happened that, and it's like, oh god, oh god. Listen, listen. In the comic books, we'll deal with it, right? Like in the comic books, we deal with it. But in the stories, it gets a little weird. It gets a little weird. Like in the movies and stuff, it gets a little weird. It's like it's like soap opera ish. And like one of my favorite. I'm gonna say this. I don't know. Open to y'all first. Well, not first. Uh, you guys will be some of the ones to let me see something. To hear me talk about this thing. But Mark Cherry is one of my favorite. I love Mark Cherry's content. And if you don't know who Mark Cherry is, Mark Cherry is the guy behind a lot of soap operas and things of that nature. But the main ones he's known for, like the biggest one he's known for is Desperate Housewives. Now, I love me some Desperate Housewives. The triflingness, the ain't shitness, the one that got sense, the ones that don't got no damn sense. It- It's just I love it. So now I've recently watched Why Women Kill. And at first it was like, and I'm getting at something. I was like, this title is garbage. But then when I started watching through it, I'm like, okay, okay. And then first season was whatever. I thought some of the people were a little stupid. The second season, I was like, oh, this is my type of trifling. And then so after that, I went through he had another one that he adapted for American television. Um Devious Maids. I, I watched background. I watched Devious Maids, and I'm already in the third. I believe the third season. Even with me not liking certain things about it, I still watched it. I love Mark Cherry's content, and none of his stuff. And I think Me and my lady were talking about me and Jasmine were talking about. It was talking about how Mark Cherry is a log cabin Republican. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. I like his content. That stuff don't bother me. I'm gonna talk shit about what you do as far as who you decide to back and everything, but I don't care. I just don't care. I don't. And that's just who I am. That's just I don't care what you. I don't care. I do not care. But his stories, like he'll do things where he jumps around, but it'll make sense in what he's doing. And I feel like with some of the stuff that Marvel is doing, I'm like, yo, are y'all going like the soap opera-ish route where it's like y'all gonna jump around with what you're saying, like this happened, then this happened over here and stuff. But it's like I don't know if this is what you're really trying to do. I don't know if if this is really what's on my thing. It stops and then I don't see like on the screen. It's wild. Let me see. Well, that'd be wild if he ain't with Tom Holland's Spider Man. Huh. Interesting. So I'm like, maybe, maybe because I feel like some of it it's just not making sense. But going back to Mark Cherry, one of them things where he watching his stuff and like watching Desperate Housewives and watching the the drama that he puts into it, feel like that's something that the mutants are good at, that the X-Men and stuff are good at. Like trying to, and this is part of the reason why I'm like, yo, just get rid of all of this stuff with this multiverse and Avengers. Like, just leave the Avengers alone. Like this shit where you trying to ham fist them down our damn throats. Like, yo, the Avengers had they run. Let it go. I don't want to see a lot of these other people in the Avengers that you trying to make me watch. I understand what you're trying to do, but I don't want to see it. Watching Mark Cherry's, watching the Desperate Housewives, watching how he starts things off, and this is as a manga creator and a writer, and my man Chris was telling me about just going over some of the things, and that's part of the reason why I went back over Desperate Housewives with my ladies when I started watching certain things. Again, I watched it years ago. I love it, but I remember what drew me to it, and I'm like, okay, certain things I have to clean up, and I'm going to use this Desperate Housewife drama esque scenarios to make things more appealing. And I feel like this is why going back to Deadpool, I'm like, yo, cut it and let's go to the mutants. Because the mutants have everything. They have fights, they got science, they got time traveling that don't make no daggone sense neither. But it do, but it don't. They got wars, they got all that, but they got more so than any a lot of the other ones. Not saying that the other ones don't, but more so, they have a good amount of drama that people want that both men and women and folks can really get behind. Like, and it showed with X-Men 97 and how they played and showed those dramatic moments between Scott, Jean, and the rest of them and everybody that really played up what was going on within that team and in that house and stuff. And I feel like that was really an alley oop for Marvel, where it's like, yo, you see what people are paying attention to, what they're hyped up about and stuff. Stop this mess that you're trying to do, and let's go to that. But it could be just me. But like my man said, I don't think, I don't think Deadpool reset nothing. I don't think Deadpool reset anything. Or and again, this ain't the movie, this ain't the actors, this ain't that movie. I'm just saying, as far as where we're going and what we're trying to see and what we think is going and like just going on this journey with Marvel, I don't think Deadpool. All he did was just give you more questions. And it's like, okay, so what what y'all plan on doing? What y'all plan on doing with this? Like, what are y'all got anything in mind for this? Are we just going? Are we just Or we just watching? Like we just you just because it's getting kind of DCU ish. It's DCEU ish. Where DC is just doing stuff. It's like, okay, this might connect a little bit, but then this, and then this is over here, and then this, we don't know. This is over here, and then this is doing this, and then this person is doing it's like, okay, y'all just doing stuff. It was cool to see, but you can't go from getting us to where we know what's going on and we know where we're going, like, oh, we know where we're going. And now we don't know where we're going. Now, y'all can say whatever, and you can say, well, you already give it time, but it's that. No, I don't got to do nothing. That's what you need to do. It's for you. It's what you here for. You do what you do. Me, I'm not doing it. I'm not. I'm gonna talk about what I see. I'm gonna talk about what I like or what I don't like, and then I'm gonna keep it rocking. Look, these daggone insurance people texting me random mess, and then so much that my phone got names and stuff in it. Get on my nerves. So go see the movie if you have not. I hope, hopefully, spoiler in me didn't spoil anything, but I don't think I did. I didn't talk about nothing that'll take anything away from anything that you've been seeing and stuff. So that you don't already know. And I could have talked a little bit more about some things, but I was like, no, I'm not, because the way that the movie is kind of entwined, it's like, you know that Wolverine is upset about his past. Deadpool is trying to save his stuff and his people, and then everything else is just kind of all wrapped up into one thing and stuff. So I'm like, eh. But I wanted to see something. I wanted to see about um. Let me see. I wanted to see about. I haven't read. Haven't read. I'm gonna see if I can the last few chapters of Kagurabachi. I am in chapter 39. Let me see. Let me see if it'll let me do it. And I was going to bring it up here and see if I can read it. Let's see. This one right here. This if I can, uh Shibatarian is my joint right there. It is like, let's see. So basically, this kid, he gets bothered by one of these other kids and stuff. He's film buff, he likes movies, all this stuff. He meets another kid named Hibata. Them two get together, they buddies, they make a film, stuff don't go the way they want it to. He's bothered by it. He goes off and he talks to he's talking to the Shibata kid, and he's like, "Yo, I need to kill like I hope everybody in the school die or something like that, right?" And then Shibata just disappeared. Come back wreaking havoc. It's like a horror anime, something like that. But yo, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. And on here, I can't like it wants you to get the app, so it jumps between um it jumps between chapters. So on my phone on the app, I've read all of these. I've read all of these except for think I'm at 30, 31, something like that. So I'll probably come back and start reading from there. I could start from the beginning, but I'm like, meh. Uh, Listen, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Let me see. And then on, let's see if they have Kagurabachi. So on Kagurabachi, I am at which one am I at? Oh, they got me. I'm at 39. So I couldn't. So I wouldn't be able to read. Okay, you know what? I'll go back now. What's another? There's another one that I'm on. Let's see. Centuria is another one that I've been reading. This one, it's okay. This art reminds me of my guy Shev's art. Like I messaged him. I'm like, yo, you realize this is like your art player? Like this is. Let me see where I left off at with Centuria. I am on chapter 8. Damn. It is getting me with every single one. Like this looks so much like my man Chev that did the Extraordinary Messiah. It looks so much like a more refined version of his style that I was like, yo, did you draw this? Have you seen this? This looks like your work. Which is a compliment to Chev because I his work was the first person I've seen work like do that. Okay, they getting me because I was like, okay, maybe I'll read a little something, but I'm trying to only stick to the ones that I'm actually reading. So I'm on chapter 31 on Shiba. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. What? What? Let me see. Let me see. I've been reading Monster 8 too. Or Kaiju 8. And I may be fully caught up. Oh, okay. 110. Let's see. Let's see. I am I have read 109. Okay, so I'm on 110. If you were watching if you were watching the anime or whatever, you may want to get off of here. Because let me see how this will work. Let's see if I can read this real quick. Let me come over here. Let's make this. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Pull this over here. So I'm gonna go through it. We're gonna go through it, talk about some things and all that stuff. But this is the chapter that I'm on my phone. Like I said, it doesn't show up here because I can't. For some reason I can't log in on here and read it. Like it won't let me read it where I left off. But I am currently at chapter 110, and this is 110. So I want to see if I can read this on here and I can go over it real quick and everything. Also, if you watch the anime, get out of here. If you're reading it, get out of here. I'm giving you fair warning that I'm about to go through this real quick. That we're gonna go ahead and do this. Like my man was asking me. I don't read a lot of as many comics as I should with certain things because it bothers me. Uh, so I've been reading a little bit more manga. I've been going back and reading some of the older stuff and everything. So right now, if you watch the anime of Kaiju 8, I haven't watched the anime, but from what I haven't watched it yet. But he's fighting Nine right now. All the stuff is going on where where he's fighting Nine and Nine done brought the war on the city and all that stuff. This was going on in the manga. So okay, so we're exterminating monsters together. All right. Hey, the Ingrid first step. Here, the step of her episode 10. Hyobetsu. Monster 8. Let's do it. I also like Monster 8. Um, because Monster 8, like visually, Matsumoto has like a basic style. It's not too intricate. It's not too intricate, but it's nice. Also, like that most of his pages, most of his pages, now subjugated in Monster 9. Most of his pages are like simple. It would be from what I've been reading, a lot of them are like 4 panels. A lot of his pages are 4 panels, some 5. Um, can't imagine that. I don't know how long you posted that, but I think that would work. But I'd have moved on. So if I don't answer that, I'd have moved on to manga right now. I think the layout of his pages I like, and so I've been going over old ones, new ones, just trying to get an understanding of what and how these people do this, even for my manga that I'm going to be drawing. And I'm like, okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm picking up what you're putting down. And I like the layout of your pages and how simple you make it because it's easier for for a person like me to understand of what I'm thinking about from a creative perspective. So, these folks been sitting around watching him throw hands, watching all them throw hands with Nine, except for I forget his name too. I am the worst with names. And Monster Nine has been causing issues. Like this dude, I still feel like I don't know enough about him. So I'm hoping that either after this fight is over with or something, I'll get a little bit more understanding of what's going on with Nine and with 8. Oh, man. See, he was just in Homegirl's head. Now I'm hoping, I'm hoping that they can do something because let me see. Let me see. Let me see. See. Um, because I'm hoping Kafka really figure out what he gonna do with Monster Nine because he had his what is it, his core, whatever, busted open, and dude just dude is just causing issues for them. Bam, bang, 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 he jumped through. Like these scenes, his scenes are like simple, but they're intricate. And I like how he's done these things in Monster 8. We've got 2 techniques. It still doesn't know. It still doesn't know. If we can drill down to its core before it learns them, we'll win. But otherwise, we ain't got it. Got it. Huh. The interesting thing is like she has been blasting and shooting everything from far off for the whole series. And I'm hoping that they show her do more things close up because a couple of chapters before, Nine just kind of ran up on her. She is you're all just striking its core. This dude, Nine just keep regenerating everything. Nine is like he just keeps regenerating everything that pop up. Oh, see, this monster is on top of everything. It's it's like, does she think that that's just gonna work and everything? Does she think it's gonna work and everything just gonna be fine? Let me see. So, let's see. Yeah, I kind of figured that something like that would happen. Oh, okay, 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 good, okay, good. Because I say incredible. Her cover fire is both powerful and perfectly accurate. I was always worried about that with her. I was like, yo, you got these big guns and you lighting fools up from far away. You and your tiger. It was like, hopefully up close you can do some things. Let me see. Let's see how many this page is. Like this page is like this page jumping around with everything I'm talking about. I've never seen her like this when paired up with Vice Commander Hoshina, side of Commander Ashiro. So this page is one, two, three, four, and this is what most of his manga uh pages are. They just four panels. Side of battle have changed. Now that he has support, he can use the techniques he's already shown. Keep pushing. It's just like these last few chapters are just everybody outside of when they were all fighting the other monsters that Kaiju 8, I mean 9 had put out. There was the one that was in Little Axe Girl's head, the commander guy daughter. It was in there in his daughter's head. Some other ones that the ice dude kind of fought, and then the other dude with the axe gun with the with the javelin like gun. But it's like after that, most of them they've just all been standing there focusing on what's going on right here with 8 and 9. After Kafka Monster 8 hopped in and started messing around with what was her name? Ashiro? This is bonus number 2, Shockwave incoming. I was gonna say this whole Shockwave thing has been giving him problems. Okay, so he jumping it. So that's this page is one, two, three, four, five. So that was five. Yeah. So I guess Kafka or 8, however you want to call him, he jumps over it this time. Earlier, he was getting kind of wrecked by these shockwaves. So it's good to know that he's learning along the way and he's just not like I like that because it's like, yo, you getting hit with this same thing. But then again, I shouldn't complain about it because when I'm playing Elden Ring, I I get hit with some of the same things as well too. But then I started jumping more, kind of just like Kafka. It's like let's start jumping over this stuff, and even with Ren- Relena, the one in Shadow of the Erd Tree, the magic lady with the swords. Like I seen her ultimate move, and immediately I was like, I think I'm gonna jump over this. And when she went pow pow pow, she dropped the moon and the three pop up. I just jumped over all three of them the first time, and I was like, hey. But yeah, that's something else. It's the jumping right here. The jumping right here, baby. Think about it, baby. Think about it. Uh, It learned that as well in its fight with Asao. Okay, that one is one, two, three. Oh, that don't look good. That wasn't from nine or number two. There's no data on that attack. And it ain't like they was able to. They acting like this data with these attacks was really like stopping anything before. It wasn't. That's a little weird to me. Like what I've been reading, and it's like, oh, this data wasn't on this attack, but he was doing the stuff that y'all knew about, and he was still wrecking you. So So I'm guessing this panel was her thinking back to when he was number two was gonna not number two, Jesus. Kaiju nine. Number nine was kind of enclosing on her and grab it, about to suck her up and cover her up in his little monster tentacle ball thing. And she was seeing what was going on. So they didn't show that particularly, but maybe maybe she saw something when she was in there that'll get her to understand what's happening. Kafka. So this is one, two, five, six. There are countless monsters inside of number nine. I don't know what that hat was. Be careful. I don't know. But be careful. It's still got something up its sleeve. Okay. We know that. I like that right there. I like that right there. The other reason why I'm reading this and I'm watching some of this stuff is because with the way my story is with Damien and everything, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to start practicing. And again, I don't know nothing. In comparison to some of these other people that draw, I'm like, I don't know nothing about nothing. So I was like, I got to start drawing some monsters and things of that nature. That's another thing why I like this. Plus, I just like monsters. Horror is my thing. So don't be surprised if you see a book with Damien and he's smiling and cheesing and stuff, but it's a bunch of horror and wild stuff going on in it. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. All right, keep pushing. Everybody keep pushing. Yeah, that's not that. I was wondering when I was gonna get played out old. Yeah, y'all got wrecked. For now, at least. For now, at least they got wrecked. This man, number nine ain't even said nothing in this chapter yet. They didn't make it. Even with the vampire of Ashuro and number eight. This is the limit of what they can do. The man tripping. He's look at my dude's face. My man can't believe what he watching, even though he's watched all this stuff before. That's right, number nine. You were in the you were in You were an opponent that even Commander Narumi and I couldn't stand up to at the time. Don't go telling others about this. It includes Commander Ashu. He had uh, uh, with Hoshina right there. He had been doing hand to hand combat, which I was like, yo, you have to do something. If you ain't got nothing when you shooting out anything, you don't have to do some hand to hand combat. And then they finally let him and um Hoshina do hand-to-hand combat, which is what Hoshina does with his knives and stuff. But he has a family style of martial arts, I believe. I was like, you gonna have to do that. And so they finally went that direction and a few chapters ago. So I'm like, okay, cool. Hand-to-hand, hand-to-hand combat, something I keep hidden from. But this is something that I've kept from even Vice Commander Hoshina. My most secret move. Got 1 minute of control. Okay, I know you want to kill. I'll set you free. Hmm. Okay. I had a feeling it was gonna go that route. Tame the rampage. They went through it a little bit, but here's my thing. That little monster thing right there. I need them to let me know what's going on with this thing. Not that but it's getting to a point where it's like, okay, so what's happening? Is this monster like why did it hop into him when he was in the hospital? Like what's going on? But I kind of figured it was like, yo, you want to let that monster because when he was fighting the what is it, the main commander general guy or something, they locked him up because he was getting a little crazy. And so I was like, yeah, he gonna have to do that later on. But that right there is it. That is what chapter is this? Chapter 110. I'm still surprised that I actually sat through and read most of this, but I've read all of Berserk. But this one held me. It's not the greatest, like there's still a lot of things that they need to get to that they haven't gotten to. But I mean, it's good. So we're gonna see in the next chapter what's up, and and how he's gonna rampage and tear through this thing. We know how that go. But I want to know more about why these monsters are doing what they're doing with these particular people, like 8 and 9, especially 8, because I don't know what's happening yet. So we'll see. But I'm gonna get up out of here because I still got things I gotta do as far as checking my brisket and other stuff and getting some stuff done for my family. But I appreciate y'all kicking it with me and talking with me. I'm gonna have to holler at y'all later though. So hopefully I didn't ruin Deadpool or spoil anything. I don't think I did again. Hopefully I didn't. And if you watch Kaiju 8, the anime or anything like that, hopefully you didn't pop up and see something that you didn't want to see. But I'm not gonna stop doing what I do because random people that ain't rocking with me uh pop in. Now if you start coming around and you start talking to me about things, then you be like, hey Matt, can you not do this? Yeah. But if you just randomly popping up and I'm talking about something, I can't just stop. And I'm not going to. So but either way, I appreciate you. We'll holler at you later. Go to OkachiComics.com